Good morning, everybody. Angus, thank you so much, Angus. I hadn't even had a chance to go get my coffee yet, and I saw that comment pop up. So, as we were going live, um, let me get this out of this screen so that the music can be a little loud. So, as I was sitting here getting all the stuff prepped to do all the socials, and we had the waiting screen on, Angus sent over a 20-pound super chat and says, "Can you get the wife?" Do I read it in my Scottish accent? Can you get the wife a wee present for being such a great sport? So fun yesterday. um, so I will let her know as soon as she wakes up, and if she comes in here in the morning, I will show her that. So thank you, Angus. That is a very that's a I appreciate that. I will definitely let her know, and we'll keep you updated. I don't know what she might need, so but thank you. My wife is a great sport and an awesome person. She We had a great chat last night when we were hanging out at the end of the day, and she was coming up with other video ideas. So there might be some. She, she had a lot of fun with that last night, and she was like, "Oh, we might have to do some more." And I was like, "You do whatever you want, babe. I'm down for it. Wherever you decide you want to try out." What's up, Blueface? What's up, Allie? We are off to Solasta 2 this morning. Hey, Spazzy Cat. If she's already having the zoomies, I can't believe that. I just put her in there. She has been being. I tell you what, guys, this cat for the last 2 years, 2.5 years, she comes in here in the mornings when I do my streams, and she immediately goes. She has a little cat bed on my cat, and then about I don't know a week before my trip, she started wanting to come in here and play, and that's a new thing for her. So she's coming in the office and she gets the zoomies. She'll get up on the bed and just run around in circles multiple times, chasing her tail. But then the problem is, I have all the computers and all the monitors and everything else, and there's been a couple of times when she's gotten really excited and she starts bouncing all over the place, and she's jumped on desks, and could potentially jump on top of laptops and things that she's not supposed to. So I have to. It's been getting worse though. Like every time I bring her in here now, she has to spend the first 15, 20 minutes like freaking out and just doing naughty things. So I have to sort of be hyper vigilant. I've had to take her out like the last few days. She was in here last night during my Starfield stream, and I had to take her out. We'll see where she went. Oh, there she is. Come here. Come here. She just ran from me. She knows that she's not supposed to be doing that. Anyway, we had a great time yesterday. My wife does have a good sense of humor. The funniest thing to me was anybody who has ever met her. I think it might have been my brother or my sister-in-law were like shocked because like when we had gone up to visit the first time, and my wife is usually very quiet when you get to know her. Like if she doesn't know you, she'll be very quiet during the conversation, very polite, very demure. But once she knows you, oh no, it's like there is her family, her whole family in particular. That's just what they do. Like they give each other so much shit and pull just practical jokes all the time, and they're always her whole family's like that. And I remember the first time I had to have been either my brother or my sister-in-law. I really can't remember, but we had gone on a trip to visit my family, and it was her first time visiting them, and she just came out with a like 3 days of silence of like getting to know everybody, and then like on the third or fourth day, my brother said something, and she just zinged him. I'm pretty sure it was my brother. I can't remember. It's been a long time ago, but it was just like a zing, and everybody was just like, What did you say? Dirty joke? I mean, oh my goodness. So, but yeah, we've had a good time for many years. All right, so see, she's running around in the bed right now in circles. There she goes. Here, let me see if I can show this really quick. It'll be the secondary camera because I can't do it on the main camera. Hang on. Let's see if I can get the camera turned around. She has calmed down for the moment, but she was just running in circles. Blanca, what you doing, mama? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, yeah, you're gonna eat my hat. You're not supposed to be over here playing with hats. What are you doing? That's my hat. What are you doing with my hat? Now she'll destroy the hat. She's a good kitten. I shouldn't say kitten. Nope, there she goes. She's gonna eat my hat. Oh, oh, there she goes. If you give her a towel or anything soft like a little plushy bear or something, she just destroys it. She likes soft, like squishy things like towels and stuff. It's really weird. Like she'll get on my office chair and I have a towel underneath me on the chair, and because specifically for that reason, because this has like that weird um, fabric, and I don't want like the other chair that sits right here is just destroyed because the kittens, when they were kittens, you know, we had what 8 kittens as they were all growing up together, and both of my office chairs just got destroyed. You can't keep them safe no matter what you do. So this one I specifically got and was like, I'm gonna try to cover it. And she's gotten into it a couple times, and what she does is she gets on top of the towel and then like balls it up and then shoves it off and then jumps down and attacks it on the floor and then tries to get back on the chair, and which she has gotten a couple of times, but it's been to a minimum. Anyway, morning cat stuff before we get going. Good morning from Germany, says Jay Miller. Good morning to you as well. This is not the next big game to play. No, this is an early access title. So if you're trying to make a decision between Crimson Desert or this, then go Crimson Desert, because this is not a big game. This is an early access. Tactical Adventures has already said this in public. It's out in all their social material. It's only, this early access only represents 15 to 20 hours of gameplay, depending on, you know, factors. There are some people who have gotten 30 to 40 hours of gameplay out of this early access just by exploring every nook and cranny. And of course, if you're going to play a second or third party through and explore different conversation options and things, then you could get more than 15 to 20 hours. But this is 15 to 20 hours compared to Crimson Desert, which is a 1.0 release that is rumored to have a minimum of 80 to 100 hours. So it's a much bigger, it's a polished, it's a fully developed thing. This is an early access. So that's not even really the discussion. If you need a big game to sink your teeth into, this is not a big game yet. It will be a big game when it's finished, but it is not a big game in early access, and that would be a very disappointing thing, to spend money on something and get into it and be like, wait, there was only 15 hours? This sucks. I want a refund. So make sure you're educated before you make those purchases. I think Solasta 2 Early Access is fucking amazing. It's phenomenal. Shout out to Tactical Adventures for giving me a key to it. I would have bought it anyway. It was a thing that I had already talked about buying last year when it was announced, and then I got a key. But yeah, you got to know what it is and expect it. Anyway, she has laid down, but she's not in her bed, so I'm gonna try to let her calm. Let's see if I can get her into her bed. Chris gets annoyed when she puts that black that's like a black fabric on the bed, black blanket. And Blanca is horrible because she's white fur and she sheds everywhere. Stay in the bed. And she sheds everywhere, and she likes to get on the bed when she does her grooming. And it's like, no, you need to be in your bed for the grooming, because otherwise there's just white hair that goes everywhere. But she's finally, hopefully, calming down. She's doing the grooming thing. Homestead's doing good. It's good to be home. All right. When last we played, we had arrived at this outpost. We need to go explore a little bit. By the way, normally Sundays are our Destiny 2 day. We are obviously not playing Destiny 2 this morning. The reason I'm not playing Destiny 2 this morning is because I lost about 4 days of not streaming. And I got to try to get through the early access for Solasta 2 before Crimson Desert drops, so that I can be balancing 2 games and not 3, because I'm already playing this and Greedfall 2, which both launched on the same day essentially, and so I have to
Well met, newcomers, or maybe I should say clear skies.
I got some content I got to chew
Strong
through.
arm at your service. You're from overseas.
How did you know?
Ha! You mean besides the way you talk and being equipped like adventurers? You searching for glory and riches in our beautiful land?
How is that your concern?
Oh, don't mind me, just looking for business. I'm a comber, you see.
No, not really. What are comas?
We comb the places adventurers have made safe, collecting and reselling loot left behind, sharing the proceeds.
This
with
is the
them.
same mechanic
So,
that was in the first game.
Combers. Simple.
Oh, you're like the scavengers on Ferendra.
Now you've got me at a disadvantage. Anyways, you ever want a dirty job done for you? Just visit this here humble tent.
We'll keep that in mind.
Interesting. You look like an adventurer yourself.
Ah, yes. In a former life. I'm retired.
I took an arrow to the knee. Yeah, Ali, I actually debated it, but then I was like, you know what? I don't really have time today because I got to try to get through this. So I'll be back. I should be able to get back to it next Sunday. What do you mean by character customization? I've already done a full character creation video over on YouTube. You should go watch that video, Ghost. It'll answer all your questions related to how you create your party of characters and all the character customization options. You're a follower of Pakri.
Interesting. It looks like the owl watches over you.
Oh. What? This symbol? Yes. I don't hide my faith.
Oh, sounds like you have a tale to tell.
One day, maybe, but we've just met. Comers do business before trading confidences.
Fair enough. Can you tell us more about these lands?
A lesson on Neokos. That's gonna take some time.
We're just getting our bearings.
Neokos is a vast continent, with a host of different folks and riven by conflict. But Kayamar is a pretty safe place, if you abide by the law. We're still safe here, behind the Sentinel, but outside. It's dangerous, and there are rumors of a war in the south. But that's far from here.
Oh, are we alluding to a potential DLC down the road? There's a war to the south. We're not going to cover that in this game, but we might have a DLC we can go to. That sounds
Do the
interesting.
comas offer any services outside the beacon's territory?
Could be something
know,
you
in
explore
case
later
we
in
want
the
to
early access too.
Well, our network's a little limited right now. It's kind of why we're here today. But it will improve, I promise. So don't hesitate to come back.
We won't.
Okay, so we've now met the Comers. Alright. First and foremost, let's see. I'll keep crafting components. Why can't I sell that one? It's got a flag on it. That's interesting. I need to check to see if anybody can use that longbow in my party. Yeah, I guess those things are flagged. Who else had a shield? Guess that was it. He does. Okay, he says it equipped. Okay. That's what it was. Alright. I've got 600 gold. That is not a lot of gold. Yeah, I'm not buying anything. Excuse me. Can I use the bow instead of the javelins? I can. Oh, very cool. Okay, so he's got a longbow and a shield now. Sweet. Okay, this is the fort. This goes somewhere. That goes to the multiple quest areas, and then there's more to explore over there. Okay.
Name in business?
No, I haven't been able to steal
well.
anything in this
Move
game
along.
so far, so I think it's just I think those are just like quest items.
All right, my lovelies.
Not too bad. And you?
Could be better. Name's Ellie Sharpreef. You?
We're the Colwalls. Nice to meet you, Ellie.
Wow, a family. Never would have guessed. You's all working for the Lady Anabazia?
Haven't worked that out. And you?
Same, I guess. Right now, I's got to get home. I lives in Torwen.
Never heard of it?
It's an old beacon watchtower. Got busted up by a quake. Now it's just a fishing village, built on the ruins. Lots of weird mana stuff and broken statues floating all over.
Sounds incredible.
Yous get used to it, I suppose. But yeah, guess so.
It's all in order. You can go.
Thanks. Gots to go. Guess you do too.
Sure. It was a pleasure, Ellie.
Likewise, matey.
All right. How far am I in Greedfall? I don't really know. I've done 2 streams, right? I think I've done 2 streams, maybe 3 streams, something like that. I'm like 5-ish hours in, maybe. I honestly don't know. Oh, I see. That's leading out. We don't want to go out quite yet. This is just the other side of the camp. we are not getting in there. Hello, lad.
Now.
Oh, so I'm not getting up whatever that is.
Move along now. This is a restricted area.
Okay. So this is literally just a way station so that I can do a rest and sell, I guess. All right. Let me... Duration 1 minute. I'm gonna stay with what I've got. Oh, that's a trip alley. I mean, that's cool, but I haven't done... I haven't done anything in a couple years now. Couple years. And everything I did, I mean, I've sold enough copies to make a living, but I've never been like a best-selling author, you know? So it's always just been, it's one of those things where I wrote books from, I think I did my first one in 2012. I gotta really think about the timeline here. I published my first book in 2012. I think. It was either 2012 or 2013. I don't remember. And then my last one was at the end of 2024. And I haven't done any projects in... And honestly, it's been... I've got this up on my Patreon. Like, I've had the itch a couple of times, but honestly, I am having so much fun doing this. And I was a full-time writer from 2008 when I started. And I did all that, just shitloads of travel writing and website stuff. And then I started doing short stories, and then I got into novel writing. And I always wanted to be a writer since the time I was like 4 years old. And I was blessed to be able to pursue that as a career in my adulthood once I got past some initial stuff in my 20s. And I accomplished everything I wanted to and set out to do, and I still want to do it. But when this started kicking off, I love writing, but I am having such a good time with this that it's been nice to sort of take a break. And I would imagine this is probably what you see a lot of actors who will take like a few year break at some point. They'll have a bunch of success, and then they're like, you know what? I just need to take some time off. And they'll take some time off, and then they'll come back and do it again. Like the main guy from Lost did that as an example. He did Lost and then a few films. Matthew, I can't remember his name now. And then he like just dropped off for 6-8 years, and now just is back in a new Taylor Sheridan project. And I kind of feel like that. It's like I'm okay taking a break, but I do, and I've talked about this in my channel videos in the members section, probably a couple years back maybe, and I've definitely talked about it on my Patreon. Like the goal is once like this, we don't plan on this being the forever home. Chris and I really want to build our own place or find a place that is bigger and has what we want. So she wants an art studio, and I would like a writing studio with a view. And we've been eyeballing more property outside of town. And we also bought that one property, which actually has a great view out over the river. But at the same time, that piece of property is not as big as what we would want to build on. So it's more of like an investment property to just sit on and eventually sell or something. But anyway, the goal is that hopefully by the time I'm 50, I got like 4 more years left, we're just saving up and looking, and the goal is that once we get that house ready to go, and we're in it and living in it, I want to transition back into writing full time and keep this as like the hobby thing that I do. Because if this keeps growing, and it's all theoretical, it is all theoretical. If this keeps growing, you know, doesn't matter if it's on YouTube and Twitch or if other platforms open up, but if this keeps growing, I have been making a living online since 2008. So it's like I've just figured out ways to evolve. And I do want to get back to writing fantasy and science fiction again, and that just spend the rest of my years into my eventual dirt nap. I just want to spend writing books, and then I'll do something like this in the spare time. But I got a few more years of this, because the reality is like, I can't, nobody my age, like, we can't draw pensions until we're in our 60s. So I've still got 15 years left of I need to do something to make money, and this is a pretty awesome gig, so don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Good morning, Lou. Good morning, Allie. Buenos dias, midnight. Feliz Domingo, así es. Oh, you don't think that I read the chats very much, Hydra Cat? Sit down and shut up. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to please me. I read all the chats. All 4 of my chats are right here. All 4 streams are right here. I don't have to answer every single thing that comes through. I don't have to. And if you think that I have to, you're in the wrong fucking stream. So get stuffed. I answer the comments I want to answer. And you know who's getting answered previously before you? All of my paying members on YouTube and Twitch, because they get prioritized over you free followers. So, yeah. You want your chat prioritized? Get over to YouTube, get over to Twitch, join as a member, subscribe, and you'll get your chat prioritized. Otherwise, piss off. So that's interesting that she's heard of my stuff, Allie, which is awesome, though. Like, I will never get tired, like, when people send me screenshots or pictures of them holding up a book of mine, or like having a book of mine on their shelves. It's always a really cool thing. Allie says it's probably because she and my family have authored their own works too. My grandfather has written a lot of World War related historical books. Nice. Drip says most people have to work to 70 now before they draw pensions. Yes. I think for me it's like 65. It might be 67. I don't know. I would need to go check. It's like mid 60s, I think. And I'm 46 right now, so I definitely have got like another 15 to 20 years. I think I can start drawing at 60, but I take penalties. Something like that. I don't really know. I don't pay attention to it. So it's a long time since I'll be able to worry about pensions. So I was telling Chris, we've talked about this before. Like this right here, also writing, those are 2 jobs that are great because as long as your hands and eyes hold up, you can pretty much just keep on going all the way until the end. And if your health is good, I mean, look at Ian McKellen and a lot of these guys who just keep acting all the way up until they're done. Like, if your health can support it, go for it. I know, Allie. I read all the chats. It's your typical TikTok dipshits. Lou says it's 62 and a half with no penalties. Okay. Copy that. I got you beat by a few months, Allie. It's not a pen name. It's just my real name. You'll find the links. Just follow the links, D'Artagnan. There's links all over my YouTube channel to my Amazon page. Yep. All right, we have events popping up all over the map now, and we've just made it past. So this is the wall called the Sentinel, I think is what they called it. And that's like the border to the great big unknown, and this is where things supposedly get dangerous. And this landmass is fucking massive. Like, look at that shit over here. Look at that. There's some ruins right there. Some crystals. This is a big-ass map. This is only early access, baby. Definitely. Oh, something else just popped up. Random encounters, baby. All right. Let's go see what this is. As you travel, you see a bridge to the south, reminiscent of the architecture of Kaer Mar. A watchtower looms nearby. Let's make it oh, we have to make a history roll, and I only have a 50% chance. Ah, but I could use this guidance, which bumps me up to a 64% chance. Here we go. Oh, I failed. Nope. It's just a bridge. Boo. All right. Oh my god. What are these? I've never seen that icon before. Temporary events. And okay, these are temporary until this event disappears. So some of these are permanent, and some of these have a timer on them. That's interesting. So they're making you make choices about which random events you might want to go trigger on the map. That is really cool. So you can prioritize if you know that something's going to be there forever, or you have a main quest like the Tamish camp is a main quest. This is awesome. All right, this is events. This is really true to like the tabletop rules, you know, of like random encounters. Well, let's go check out this temporary event. The sound of bells jingling behind a large rock catches your attention. Investigating, you see a gnome carrying a large, jangling backpack. He greets you warmly. I'm Brimble Bim Bim of the Bim Bim Brothers. Would you perchance be interested in my wares? I will definitely buy your thieves. Nah. Do I really need thieves' tools? I don't have that much money, man. Pass. Oh. So I need a long... Oh, so see, and because I took a long rest, it faded away. That's cool. So I lost that one because I didn't have enough energy to go to it. That was interesting. You approach the bridge and its watchtower. The tower must have been added to help guard against incoming troops. Although abandoned, it seems in decent shape and you can easily climb the stone stairs to take a look around. Let's climb the tower. The view from the top is impressive, allowing you to see all the way to the ocean, revealing what looks like a harbor town to the north. Hey, thanks for the raid over on Twitch, Fireplay. Welcome aboard to all of you folks coming over from that raid. Yeah, I don't think the whole map is available in early access, no. Ah, Allie wants to know, what is the difference between a forced march and a regular move? I'm not familiar with the terms. So, let's go in here really quick. I gotta find it now. Because that is a homebrew thing that they have created for their world. And I know we covered it yesterday, and there's a YouTube video on it. But while we're here, if I can pull it up here. Ah, here we go. So, you can freely explore the continent of Neokos across the world map, and they have a hex system which generates random events as you travel. At the start of your journey, much of the land lies beneath the fog of war. Hexagons fully covered by it are uncharted by your party. You cannot travel to them until you move to an adjacent cell and then unlock access to it. Once you do, the fog of war lifts, which reveals additional adjacent cells to explore. Also notice that it says it's a homebrew thing right there, so it tells you that it's a homebrew rule. This is a homebrew rule. You get 12 movement points per day or per long rest, 8 of which are regular moves, and 4 of which are forced march moves, which are night times and riskier. So, moving into a hex consumes movement points equal to its cost. So every one of these hexagons will have a number associated with it. It's like 2 or 3 or 1, and that tells you how many points of movement it's going to take to get to it. And if you have enough, then you could do it during regular march. But if it's going to push you into forced march, you can still make a decision to go, but you do so at a greater risk. So forced marches have penalties that can, like, there's things that can happen during the forced march, and they have it over here. When it's worth going the extra mile. Whenever you've spent all your regular moves, you can either take a long rest or push forward to do a forced march at night. A forced march can be useful for reaching specific hex before its temporary event disappears. Or if you're close to your destination, you might also want to do a forced march to end your travel. Traveling at night is riskier, however. For each movement in a forced march, your party rolls a group constitution save, and if you fail, you gain an exhaustion level that is only recoverable after a long rest. Exhaustion levels range from level 1 to level 5 and impose a -2 exhaustion level to all d20 rolls, a reduction of distance by 5 to your exhaustion or to your speed. And if you hit level 6 exhaustion, you die. So, forced marches, basically you're getting a -2 to all of your die rolls. And you get a -5 reduction in your speed. So you become slower, and your reflexes start to suck really bad. So is it worth the risk of those penalties? Because it's per long rest. So you could end up with a -10 penalty on all of your dice rolls if you push 5 times, and then you could potentially die from it. So it's a cool, it's a homebrew mechanic that they've added to their game, which I think is really, really cool. It also just goes to show, like, the level of detail that Tactical Adventures has put into their games, because, you know, they start off with the base SRD, which is, you know, D&D, and then they're like, yeah, but we're also going to add our own tweaks here and there. Can I get there? So right away they give me an event that I should be able to get to it, though. We're going to go, hang on. I did not want to do that. Damn it. I hit the wrong button. One thing I would like is, I didn't mean to long rest. I was wanting to, nothing untoward on a well-trodden path. Crossing set. Disturbing existing traces and heading straight off the path. Those will always catch a careful and vigilant eye. There's something in the nature of these marks that just doesn't intrigue but suggests danger. By the look of them in the current conditions, there's no doubt these were made by kobolds, and they passed through not long ago. Perhaps they're on a hunt, running from an ambush, or preparing one themselves. There's only one way to find out. Choices. One thing I would like to point out is, if you remember, like in Pathfinder and the Pillars of Eternity games, you would get the random events where it would be like a page, like a parchment, or it would be like a book that would open up, and you would have a 2D representation, and there might be a sketch that shows up, and then over on the left-hand side, you're going to have like the event itself being explained, and then they're like, do you want to do a dice roll? And then it continues the event. This is the same thing, right? But they've done it in a different way. And they talked about this in their in one of their live streams. These are procedurally generated. So these are not like all handcrafted. What they've done is like every time there's a random event, it's going to show you a different. So instead of doing a static 2D image, it is a procedurally generated background for what's going on. And then you have these events that can take place. Meeting a merchant, discovering a tidbit of lore, finding some loot. All of these things are the random events that can happen as you travel the world. And in this case, I'm told I can follow the trail if I can make a survival check. I have a 60% base chance. I'm going to go ahead and apply a guidance buff, which now bumps me up to a 73% chance. Let's see if I can make the roll. I did succeed. Tracking can be a difficult endeavor, but between your sharp senses, clever use of skills at your disposal, and nature's cooperation, you can find what you were looking for, and your quarry is now within reach. Only one thing left to do after coming this far and this close. It's time to satisfy your curiosity. So now we can go into this observe. As expected, kobolds. What you didn't expect was the opponent they face, a fierce sand lion. It's injured and not alone. It appears to be protecting its cubs. The sand lion notices you, but the kobolds do not, at least not yet. It's clearly on the defense and in a poor condition to fight. A stealthy approach might give an edge on the kobolds, but it would mark you as a threat. Perhaps a skillful beastmaster could convince the sand lion otherwise, but that would attract more than the sand lion's eyes. To interfere or not, the choice is yours. So I have options here. I don't have a very high beast handling, but let's see if I can. Oh, that actually ruined my chance. What the hell? Well, I wonder why that reduced my chance. Oh, I guess every single time I'm doing something, it's maybe making the animal not at ease. All right, well, I have to attack. Like, I don't have a high enough chance to do beast handling, but I do have a very high chance of stealth. Okay. You silently move into position for an ambush. The beast growls. The kobolds have no way of telling if it was directed at them or someone else. By the time they figure it out, it will be too late. The sand lion, on the other hand, seizes the opportunity, and as you ready yourself to engage, it makes its escape with its cubs before the kobolds can even work out what triggered the change of heart. And now we move into an ambush, which is going to push us into a combat encounter. And we're about to get seen. Battle starts. I could have, I had my notebook in my hand, so I could have very quickly attacked and gotten the sneak attack advantage on those guys, but I didn't. I didn't have the controller in my hand, so I lost that advantage. Let's clip in a video, man. That's way more important than getting sneak attack. That's the first one of these I've seen that has led to combat. You no take candle. That's gnarly. 3 of them right away. Do I have an acid thing? Acid splash.
Just bad luck.
Yeah, not good, man. Thankfully, kobolds usually don't have a lot of hit points, but this is gonna be kind of gnarly. Speaking of kobolds, Lou. There's more than one type, sir. Shit, why is her health so low? how many of these bad boys can I get? I'm gonna have to turn down the turn radius on this stuff, because that is, I can get 2 in this direction. Got one of them. If she dies, it's game over. Alright, we're not gonna muck about with getting her up. Dude, did you really fail to hit a kobold? You also missed? Bitch, please. And I missed the additional attack? What the hell? Okay, fuck. I got 2 of them. Fuck me, man. Horrible, horrible timing. I need like fireball, man. I need an AoE. This isn't doing shit. I probably need to load up a, see, I can't do, chromatic orb yet. I need to get a frickin' gem so I can cast that spell. A gem and diamond worth 50 gold points or more, which I have to have in my inventory. Fuck, I sold one and I forgot all about them. Shit, man.
Arcana Evo.
Can I get over here? Yeah, I'll take it. Oh, I burned up the... Because I used a react, I used up my spell shield. I can't do the thunder wave anymore. Ah, bummer.
Arcana Evo.
Alright, can I get 4 of these? I can get 3. I don't think I can get 4. No, I can't get 4.
Courage.
These fuckers are landing a lot of crit hits. Oh, my wizard's down as well. God damn, these kobolds are gnarly. I missed again? Dude. What the hell, man? You're a frickin' 2nd level paladin. He's not landed an attack yet. Everybody, we're missing all of our attacks. I rolled a 9. I rolled an 8. Look at this up here. Even I rolled a 7. Like, no, that's the kobold. Like, my rolls are just sucking. At least I hit that one. I need to chug a health potion. I don't have a health potion. I'm so screwed. Disengage. Yep. Ah, at least I got one. If they're gonna keep attacking her, I'm gonna have to maybe do some drastic here. Okay. I got it back. Okay, cool. Thunder Wave. Am I only getting 2 of them? I killed 2 of them. That's enough. Finally. Alright. You're fine. Don't cry about it. And you missed. Alright. Sneak attack for the win? Yeah! Disengage for the win. Nice.
Thanks.
Arcana, Evo, Malice!
Whoo! That was by far one of the roughest encounters I've had. And that was a random encounter. Did I get gems that I can use for Chromatic Orb? No, those are only worth 20. That's worth 150. I bet I can use that. Let me immediately give that to my Wizard. Galleon. No, doesn't work. Why does it not work? Requires an item with a gem and diamond property. What property did that have? Oh. That's because that's not an actual... I misread that. I was just thinking like, oh my god, it's a cool pearl. It's not... it has to be... this. It has to be something that says... Even that's not necessarily listed as, though. Alright. Well... that's worthy of a save game. I mean, it's up to you. It's just hit early access, so... Yep. It's only on PC right now, correct. You no take candle. Alright, I don't think there's anything up here. Just a random encounter. And hang on, there is some stuff over here. There's a camp. We definitely want to... There's multiple exits from here. I don't think there's any loot. I think it's just the... Definitely need a long rest. Let me go. I want to turn down the camera control, which would probably be under... Yeah, I think it's this one. Oh yeah, that's a little too slow now. Yeah, that could probably be at like 90%. 100% felt too much. I'm gonna drop this one down to 90 as well. That still feels a little fast. That right there, 90% on the turn, feels really good. I am going to drop this down a little bit more, though, the zoom in and zoom out. Oh, did I not? I'm an idiot. I didn't save. Maybe that's why I didn't apply. The turn feels pretty good. $80. Is that what I'm... These are a little bit... trying to figure out what these exactly do. Camera zoom. Yeah, I could swear that that's what that's supposed to control. It doesn't feel like that's changing. It still feels super fast. Maybe that one doesn't do anything yet. You can only take it down to 60%. Or can you go more? No, there it goes. It just was weird. It wasn't letting me do anything. 50 is the lowest you can go. Okay. Huh. Maybe it is slowed down a little bit. It doesn't feel like it slows down as much as the turn radius, though. But that 90% feels much better. It was way too fast. Kobolds overall. You no take candle. Okay. Oh. Location revealed. The old harbor. And this is like random content. So this is not tied to any of the quests. That's going to take 4 movement points. Holy crap. Well, here we are. I'm okay with that. No, I don't know if the harbor is a town or an enemy location, so we better take a long rest. So I don't enter a combat area with a bunch of negatives. As you make your way along the coast, a foreboding feeling begins to take hold of you. Hovering at first like an albatross approaching its prey on the surface of the water, the windswept vegetation seems to have fallen silent, as if even nature dared not disturb this inscrutable threat. Enter the location. It says threat. That doesn't sound like a nice, friendly place. This is also the perfect moment for me to go get some more coffee, everybody. So I would suggest you do the same. Let's take a quick coffee break. We are at 106. And we'll be back in a little bit. If you're new here, I always tell people don't forget we're always live on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok in 4 different places, but everything in between the streams happens on YouTube. So you need to get over there because all of the game guides, reviews, movies, TV shows, and everything else I do, like trips, analytics, income reports, and the like, all happens on YouTube. So go watch the YouTube channel and get signed up while I am getting my coffee. And I'll be back shortly.